Hello. Oh my God, that was an ordeal. I'd somehow locked my whole phone orientation in portrait. Hiya. Hello, good evening. Hey up. I thought I was going to be in portrait mode for the whole of this live. That would have been a disaster. It wasn't even a YouTube problem. I'd somehow locked my orientation on my phone, so it were refusing to automatically auto rotate. Right. Do you know I ain't even got a drink? I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, I need to get my head around this, don't I? So I've got my YouTube video playing there so I can see everybody's comments. You guys can see this. I've got the things I need to colour. Who's in? Let's have a little butchers. So tonight would normally be Jess's streaming night, which I regularly enjoy, but she's taking her Wednesday night break until New Year, as you probably know. She's there. Look, hi Jess. So I thought I'd use this Wednesday night and maybe next week as well, just to see if I can get used to some live streaming while colouring, because she makes it look dead easy, doesn't she, Jess? But you know, I'm sure there's an art to it. So who have we got in? Let's have a look. Hi, Cosy. Hi, Jess. Hi, Kimberlyn. Hello, Caroline. Hi, Angie. Hey, up tappers. Hello, Dawn. Hi, Fennel. Oh, Fennel, I've forgotten your blooming name again. I know it's not Fennel. I feel like it might be something beginning with C. Hi, Millie. Hi, Dana. Pauline. Oh, hi, Sierra. Sierra Truong. Hello. God, she's just an amazing artist, is Sierra. That's Sierra who has published some wonderful colouring books for us, including Earth Song and Sacred Presence. It's morning in New Zealand. Wow. If I were taking an early night, this would be my bedtime now. Hello, Jana. Magdalena. Another Angela. Hi, Amanda. Amanda went live last night, and Jackie from Spare Room Studio. So did you see either of those lives? Did anybody catch them? I were flitting between Amanda at All J Art and Jackie at Spare Room Studio last night. So that were really exciting to find them too. Hi, Vera. Nearly called you Zoo Vera then. I'm going to colour this tonight. So this is on my buddy list. And you know, I haven't even asked my buddy's permission, but they're on Facebook. So I'm doing this with this page in Garden of Fairytale Animals with 3 ladies out of Chromatic Collective Facebook group. One of them is Adrian Jeffries, and then there's Martina and Bama Beams, which I think a few of you might have buddied with Bama. And I think her real name's Shannon, if I remember rightly. Jess is just saying she were on Amanda's live stream, but she were also at a friend Zoe's, so she were getting a bit distracted and not paying much attention, which, you know, how rude. How dare you have a life outside streaming? I love that, Amanda. So Jackie went live by mistake, trying to have a little play around while she were watching your live. I like it. And then Annika at Axic Fumbles went live last week as well. So we're all giving it a go, aren't we? I've picked out my colours for this. I might as well show you. I've got a bit of candlelight going. I've got some snackies. So I've got pistachio Lindor this time. I've got some candlelight. I've got a drink. I'm ready to do an hour or two, maybe longer colouring. All I want to achieve tonight is I want to colour just this central bit. of this body colour, as I say, a couple of reindeers. And the reason I've got this here is because when I saw this, I thought about Norway, a place that I love, and I bought this when I were in Norway. It's just like a little poncho come shawl type thing, but I were in Norway on their national day, and they know how to celebrate their national day, believe me. And everything were in these colours, so like a navy blue, a red and a gold. So I thought I'd let that lead my colour choice for this image. So I've kind of matched it up with my shawl. I don't know if sound's all right, and I'll keep trying to look at comments, but let me know if it's not. So I've got my pencils. I'm sorry if it's jumping in and out of focus as well. Hi, Annika. I feel cozy, Sierra. I feel very, very cozy. I'm definitely in the Christmas mood now, me. So yes, I'm gonna sort of try and channel a bit of Norwegian colour flavour into this picture of two beautiful reindeers, and I'm using my polychromos. I've got some pictures of reindeers because I wasn't really sure whether they were grey, leaning towards the grey side, or a browner side, to be honest. My printer's rubbish though, really poor quality, so some of the colours aren't really accurate to what I see on my phone, but we'll live with it. So I've got that as a bit of a reference. Let me just put my little swatch sheet over there. And yeah, we'll get started. So I've primarily got all the warm greys from my polychromos collection. I can zoom you in a little bit as well when I get going, can't I? Oh, Chris, does that mean... So Chris is just saying that you can't comment from your tablet. Does that mean you've moved to your laptop or to back to your phone? Which version of the book do I have, Jess? Is this a test? An exam? I don't know which version I've got. It's this one. What do you mean?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Oh, I wasn't asking you. Do you mean where were it printed? Jess is just asking me which version I've got. I don't know. I want to know myself now. How do I know which version it is? Why? Is it the paper quality? Is polychromos rubbish in this, Jess? You would know because you use a lot of polys, don't you? So I am... Oh, yeah, Rocket's here now. Hello, sweetheart. Mummy's just talking to herself again. So I put mainly warm greys. I've got a bit of ivory. And I think I'll try and start with the actual reindeers. So this won't be accurate to actual nature because it's me doing it. So I'm just going to get some colour on. I don't think I'm going to start with warm grey one. That's a little bit light. I'm just going to start getting some colour in on these lovely reindeer while looking at the screen. So, and as I always say, remember, don't take too much notice of my colouring. I'm no expert, just a beginner. Auntie, is that Auntie Di? Oh my word, 3 of my faves live this week. Axic, Jackie, and now Piggy Pens. Life is good. Do you know what? It'll be interesting to see if we all carry on into New Year going live. I fancy it. Just need to find it. The funny thing for me with going live is I don't really want to do it when my husband's here because he'll take piss out of me. So I'll be looking for it. You know, he works different shifts every week. So for me, it'd have to be a little bit as and when. But I could always give people a heads up. You don't find out his shifts till the day before, though. That's the problem. Ah, so Jess says she likes using the polychromos in the English version, but not the others. Well, would this be the English version if it's written in English? How does that sound? It is written in English. So let's hope that's what I've got. What are you guys working on? That's what I'm interested to know. Amanda says she don't like polys, don't listen to Jess. Yeah, Hollyberry Colours is not very fond of polys at the moment. I think she had a bit of a lengthy experience with them last month. Do you know what? I'm colouring a page at the moment. The page that I'm actually on, I'm starting this buddy because I'm doing it for this live. But I'm actually working on a different page at the moment in Night Voyage, and I've made a right cock up already. The clue's in the title, Joe. It's called Night Voyage, and I've done a daylight sky. And I only realised last night when I was thinking about it in bed. So I'm a bit gutted. But I'm using polychromos in that, and I'm not liking them. So I don't know what what that's about. But for some reason I'm not enjoying them in Daria Song's Night Voyage. So I might switch. Hi, Leandre. Welcome, welcome. And Cat's in. Hi, Bamboo Cat Colours. Who else have we got? I'm not going to be as good as Jess, you know. I will miss comments. So you'll just have to bear with me. Feel free to use capital letters. I won't count it as shouting. Millie's in Dragon Spell. Do you know, I really fancy that group. Sounds so much fun. But I don't have the book. But as I see more and more pages, I wish I had the book. But my only worry now is, and I think Vera's in this chat, if she's still here, I would ask Vera, is this something you're going to carry on with next year? Because if you are, I might get the book and try and, you know, join. Unless I have to pass some sort of initiation. So yeah, if you're listening, Vera, are you going to do your Dragon Spell group into next year? Do you think? Jess says Polly's are finicky pencils. Some of her faves use them in Melpomenes and Kirby books. And Vera says, yes, she's going to carry on with Dragon Spell, so I might actually dip my toe in and get that. Although, I don't know when I think I'm going to colour in it, because since I've capped my buddies, I'm now booking buddies in April, which I know sounds ridiculous, but I've got 10 in for January, 10 in for February. I've got 5 in for March, but that's a Hannah Carlson month. So for me, I've treated myself to all the books. So I'm going to do a page in each book, which is 13 pages in total that month. And if you want to buddy with me in March on a Hannah Carlson, I'd love it. Pick one of the books that I haven't already got a buddy in. But yeah, otherwise, I'm now starting to book buddies into April, which is just bonkers, isn't it? So I don't know when I think I'm going to get to colour in these new books I'm supposedly going to be buying myself. Jess is finishing off black outlines of a CBN. Then I'm going to do some more work on Christine Karen's Wondrous Folk. What's a CBN? I'm just... Colour by numbers. My brain caught up with me there. Do you know what we should do one night? Do you fancy, right? Hit me out. Does anybody like pub quizzes? How does anybody fancy a colouring quiz on a live one night? I can be quizmaster, and whoever answers first in comments wins that point. What do you reckon? Pub quiz. One of the questions can be, guess the full term for the acronym that Jess is using. So CBNs is colour by numbers, that's right. Yeah, you'd probably win, Jess. I've just got a feeling you're one of these people that would know, like, a decent amount or a satisfactory amount of information about a wide range of things. But we'd have to make it colouring related, wouldn't we? Do you think? I reckon it's a good idea, so I might give that a go next week. And if it's only me and another 6 people, we'll have a laugh. Does anybody know? Do people get lag? So say if you knew the answer and you typed it really quickly, is there any chance that there would be a lag and your answer wouldn't come up straight away, do you think? I suppose we'd find out, wouldn't we? So I'm just basing, I could have based in Crayola there, couldn't I? But I'm just giving it a first light coat of warm grey too, this is. So are you guys actually colouring? I caught a couple of people telling me what they were working on, but let me know if you haven't already. If you're colouring something at the same time, what are you colouring? Yeah. That's an interesting point that I've just thought about, actually, Annika. So you were saying the quiz is a cool idea. Now, I know you live in Ireland. You've been there for about 20 years, I think. I can't remember where you come from. So tell me, if you're happy to tell me, tell me. 1 second, I'm just blowing my nose. Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Yeah, Annika, when you think, do you think in your native language or does it take a while to translate in your brain still? Estonia, wow, fantastic. So when you're, because the reason I ask is I've got a good friend whose second language is German, but he spent so long in Germany, he still struggles sometimes to grasp the English word, even though he's actually English. So it takes him a little bit of like a few seconds, because he always thinks in one language first rather than others. So would that slow you down in a quiz, do you think? Ah, Cecilia. So all right, that is your name, isn't it? Fennel Colours. I thought it started with a C. Do you work from home, Leandra, or do you have to go into an office? I know what you do. You're a bit of a computer genius, aren't you? Ah. And is it Yana or Jana? If you don't mind just telling me, I'd love to know so I can try and get it right. Ah, that's a nice idea, Jess. Jess is just saying she's aware of a website called Kahoot, where you're awarded extra points if you quiz on stream, dependent on how quick you answer. Might look into that. Yana, lovely, thank you. I feel like I've missed everybody a load this week, I think it's 6 days since I've uploaded a video. And when I upload a video, that's when I tend to have a couple of busy days interacting after that, because I'm replying to people and meeting new people, and it's lovely. That's my favourite bit about doing YouTube now. But I haven't uploaded for 6 days just because I've been enjoying, after last month, the end of last month, it was totally crazy. So I decided just to take a week and enjoy my colouring, which I have been doing. But I am missing, chatting to people, and them chat groups that we're all in. They just move a little bit quick for me. I'm such a slow typist, so it's kind of good that I'm doing it this way and I can just chat. And my typos are absolutely ridiculous. I don't know whether it's my time of life or what. But yeah, my typos are crazy. I spend longer correcting my text than I do typing it. So this is perfect. How come everybody knows about this Kahoot and I don't know anything about it? Yeah, when's everybody breaking up from work? I'm on a permanent break at the moment. But when are you guys? What's your last day of work before Crimbo? I know, Jess, you're working sometime over Christmas, aren't you? Or New Year's. No worries, Cecilia. Thanks for dropping in. Caroline's retired. Love that for you. Is it everything you dreamed it would be? Do you think there's an association with colourists being teachers? Because don't you think that we have a lot of teachers? Or does it just seem that way? Certainly in terms of YouTube creators, I feel like there's loads of teachers who enjoy colouring. Early retirement for Chris, nice one. Your last day was last Friday. I have a 4-week winter break. Wow. Working on Christmas morning. For you, Annika. I'd love to know what people do, but I always think it's a bit nosy for me to say, what do you do? But if anybody wants to tell me what they do, I'd be dead interested. I know that Annika starts work early. I'm sure she does. But she's also a bit of a night owl as well. She stays up late like a teenager. Maybe, Jess. Jess says maybe there's a link with the desire to share knowledge with children at work and then with people via YouTube. Or maybe kids just drive you crazy if you're a teacher and you need colouring as like a mental help after a day at school. You're doing God's work if you teach, aren't you? You really are. I'm going to add some brown to this, the greys as well, because I think they're quite browny grey, aren't they, these? Lovely creatures. Don't worry if you fall asleep, Caroline. I could send a glass eye to sleep me. Nattering on. Yeah, you've said this before, Jess, about you being training as a teacher. Why? What happened there then? Did you enter a classroom and just think, no, this is not for me? All right, Annika, I get you. My husband breaks up on the 19th and we're away to Scotland on the 20th, coming back on the 27th, stopping up near the Torridon Mountains. for a week with Rocket. So I'm looking forward to that. Dana was a court administrator for 12 years. Then in 2010 started her own online traffic safety school and actually was able to retire this year at 44. I haven't decided if I'm good at retired yet. That really is living the dream, isn't it? Retirement at 44. Wow. Well done, you. Well done for making right decisions in life. Clever moves. Coming up with something good that people needed. And just earning an awesome living so you could retire at 44. Well done, you. I think that's bloody brilliant. Yeah, Jess. That's similar to me. So I studied graphic design for 2 years. I didn't do university, but I should have gone on to university. That was my plan. But I just thought, I just need to, work a little bit and earn some money. I was getting a little bit bored of being educated. And I wanted to live a little bit, travel a bit, get some money in my pocket and travel. So I thought, I'll just take a year and then I'll go to uni after that year, but I just never did. I just met boys, found alcohol and partying, nights out, just got a job, and yeah, never went back to my education, sadly. I bet it was good working at Longleat though. I bet that was brilliant. Were you working with the animals? In food and beverage? Caroline's retired 3 times. That's not a good sign. Sierra, you used to do architecture for almost a decade and then retired. And now I get the impression that are you into your meditation and yoga? Don't you do something to do with that? That's quite different from architecture, isn't it? Or have I misunderstood? Yeah, do you know what? Health, Angie, can kick your ass, can't it, in life? You're just unlucky enough to be suffering with something. All your plans can go out the window. I understand that. Yeah, Jess says, whenever I say I worked at Longleat, people are like, that's so cool. And I'm like, no, it wasn't in the food and beverage department. It was either dead or boring or insanely busy and stressful. Yeah, at first I thought you were stroking donkeys or something, but yeah, a little bit different when you said food and drink. So you're a girl who understands hospitality as well, and you've got options, haven't you, for future careers? Night night, Leandra. Sleep well. I missed you already. Yeah, so it's been a funny week. I feel like I've missed loads. I feel like I've been away from the colouring scene when I haven't. I've been colouring every single day, but I've missed catching up with people this week. I've seen that cool buddy website that is it Andy, just colouring things, has put together. That looks good, doesn't it? I'm super booked up, so I don't need to go on it yet, but it's good to know it's there, isn't it? That sounds fascinating, Kaz. Long-term sick child protection senior social worker and part-time student social worker lecturer. That's a gobful, isn't it? I don't know why I'm laughing at you working at McDonald's, Jess. I just it's not something I pictured you doing. Not wrong with McDonald's though. And the pay's pretty decent, isn't it? If you're younger, and it's one of your first jobs. That's pretty cool, isn't it? God, and Bennett on you. I bet that were a blooming shock, wasn't it? If you don't mind me asking, how did you come to realise that there was something wrong? Were it just things didn't feel right and you went to your doctor? It's good that they got you diagnosed though, isn't it? That's really good. Jess, this website that Andy, I think the Instagram name is Just Colouring Things. Basically, they've built a website, and you just upload your books onto it, I believe, and mark which books you're interested in buddying in, and you can match up with other people who've also done the same. I believe that's the idea. So it's basically a way to find a buddy if you don't have a buddy. Just Colouring Things is the name of the Instagram. I'm not sure whether it's a lady or a gent, to be honest. I think it's a cracking idea. Bringing more people together. I'm not convinced I'm very good at talking and concentrating, you know. This is, I could have done with doing a mandala or something, because I'm quite mindlessly colouring. This reindeer is definitely going to be all brown at this rate. But I suppose you get better, don't you? Tell me you get better, Jess. Does it get easier? It's not so much colouring, it's making colouring decisions and making sure I'm not just mindlessly colouring everything in this one pencil. Right, Angie. It's a good job that they sorted you out then, isn't it? Jess, I had a phone interview with someone once and he said to me, my wife told me if I ever speak to someone who works at McDonald's, hire them immediately, as that's hard work. Well, it is. You put up with a lot of, I bet you deal with a lot of complaints because they always forget your barbecue sauce. What's that about, Jess? Why does that happen? I say that, but I think it's branch dependent, isn't it? Because they're like other franchises now, McDonald's. I love a double sausage and egg McMuffin, me. That's my guilty pleasure. Double sausage and egg McMuffin with a Tropicana and a hash brown. Breakfast of kings. I know. I know. I love it. Jess, it doesn't surprise me that you would not be the person for getting the saucers. And what is it with the milkshake machine? Let us into that secret. Why is the milkshake machine never working? Is it because they don't clean it? Or they can't be bothered to clean it, so they just pretend it's out of order. Jess also made a point of making sure she flurried a flurry, flurried a McFlurry, because so many people don't bother doing it. Is that mixing it up then, when you say flurry? Something else I've realised this last, I think I realised it last month. I'm quite a slow colorist, and I didn't realise I was. I'm quite a slow pencil colorist, and I didn't realise that I was until I kind of did a bit of a self-assessment last month. I just, to be trying to do 20 buddies in a month as well, that's too much for me. Jess has done like 40 odd, hasn't she? And other people do like a similar number, but there's just no way. That were way too much for me, 20. And I'm just too slow for it. Just too slow. And because I'm attracted by, see, I would never colour a title page. You just wouldn't enter me head to do that. So because I'm always picking my favourite pages, and my favourite pages always tend to be big pencil jobs, if you like. That's like doing 20. What, like I love a Hannah Carlson, which I would always do in pencil. It's like doing 20 of them. So yeah, this is definitely not my best shading. I can tell I'm just mindlessly colouring. But not everything has to be a work of art, does it? We're here for enjoyment. Is everybody colouring Christmassy things at the moment? I kind of prioritise my list so that I did anything that were Christmassy, I'll get done before, Christmas Eve, really. And then anything that's just more wintry or just not seasonal at all, I'll do after Christmas Day, because I go off Christmas really quick. I love it from start of December to Christmas Day, and then Boxing Day, halfway through Boxing Day, I'm ready to move on. And I love that fresh start that we get in New Year, a new chance to, just turn a page, new chapter, sort some life goals out and whatnot. I love all that. Oh, thank you, Sierra. It's good to know that somebody else is. I think what I want to try and achieve in future is I want to do 10 pages that I'm really proud of, so rather than 20 pages and only be proud of 5 of them. Oh, Angie, that's good that you're just taking it slow. I threw myself in there, but that's not for everybody. And when it comes to buddies, but I'm glad you're thinking about it. It's one of the best things I've ever done. I know I talk about this a lot, so I kind of don't want to bore you, but my reaching out for friendship, starting posting and starting YouTube to find new friends, wow, it's been amazing. I feel like I have, because I weren't really seeing people because I'm not working at the moment, intentionally. So I'm at home a lot on my own, and I weren't seeing people, and I think I was losing my social skills. So, and I were lonely, truth be known. I felt quite lonely when Greg were at work all the time. So I reached out for friendship, and buddying is one of the ways that I found friendship in colouring, and I've just not looked back. It's been brilliant. And some people now, I touch base with them every single day. I talk to people every single day. So I've found real friends. It's been lovely. And that might not be what you're looking for, Angie. You might just be looking for colouring buddies. Doesn't have to be anything more complex than that, does it? But I certainly would recommend buddying. I think it's brilliant. Just to talk to new people. And so God, there's some lovely people in colouring. I've done a lot of hobbies, me, and I always join the online communities for whatever hobby I'm into. And I've never been in a community where people are so supportive and welcoming. It threw me. It kind of bowled me over straight away. And I'll tell you how. I'll tell you what I noticed the first time I joined a page on Facebook. I noticed a lady would post on the daily, and I don't see her anymore, and I often wonder what happened to her, or if she's just moved on to a different hobby. But she was posting on the daily, and you could tell. I always say there's no bad colouring, but she was at the stage where she were colouring like scrawling, colouring in normal felt tip pens, and the support she were getting were just, it right touched me, and I started giving her loads of support as well. And she, her way of colouring was absolutely joyful, but it wasn't what people would traditionally say is good colouring. But she was enjoying herself, and she was filling the pages with colour. And the support she was getting were just, it stood out to me. And that was before I'd even got any pens or pencils or markers or anything. I'd not even bought a colouring book at that point. But I just thought, wow, people are lovely. And it kind of restored my faith a little bit, because at the same time, I just got sick of TikTok. I just thought TikTok were just poisoning my mind a bit, because I just felt like everybody were just selling at you. And I were following people that when I started following them, I were following them because I thought they were relatable. And then as the TikTok life got bigger, then they just started trying to sell me stuff all the time, and that put me right off. And I was feeling a bit disillusioned when I found colouring YouTube, if you like. And then I found people like Jess and Colouring with Kay and Jackie. For some reason, it's weird, isn't it, who you find first? I don't know what the algorithm does, but it sends whoever it sent me first. I'm still following those people, and they're my favourites. Jackie at Spare Room Studio, Jess, Colouring with Kay, Kate's Colouring Haven, one of the first people I followed. And it's just a beautiful space to exist in, with a hobby. I absolutely love it. That's interesting. So Amanda was saying that she was shocked to see how much nicer the colouring community was than the general art community. I wonder why that is. I'm just having a little catch up on comments now. I've been nattering away to myself. Ah. 6 per month is a good number for you, Millie. That sounds perfect. If I could do 6 awesome pages a month, I'd be delighted. I want to work on techniques next year, me. So I want to work on shading and things like that. I just want to get better and more experience with different mediums as well. Try out some new skills and try and develop my skills and whatnot. So that's what I want to focus on in 2026. But I would never not buddy up with people, because I love it. It's just so much fun. The colouring community is amazing, isn't it? Says Vera. Yeah, it really is. You do need some help and therapy, Jess, for your buddy colouring addiction. You must get asked a lot, and I've got a feeling you never I bet you rarely say no, do you? Because you're lovely. So I imagine you could easily get up to 40 buddies a month. Easy. And other channels as well. I always refer to Jess because Jess is probably one of the channels that I watch most. You know, we all have, and it's because I found her first, I think. So I feel like I've followed her journey since, and it's not that long, only since July. So if ever I refer to Jess a lot, that's why. It's just because she's, and the thing is, when you start watching people more than others, it then shows you their videos first. So I've got to sort of sit down and go right down my YouTube subscription list because I'm missing seeing videos of people that I love, but they've just found the way to the bottom of my list for some reason, and I haven't done it. YouTube's done it. So I need to have a right good sit down, and I watch YouTube in bed though as well. I usually catch people's content because I like to look at it as well. It's all right listening into it, but I do like to look, especially this time of month when there's all completed pages videos out. They are videos that I definitely want to watch, as opposed to just listen to. Yes, Yana, I've found that the colouring community is very accepting and allows individual creativity by being so supportive. I agree. Caroline says that she found a similar thing with crafting. The colouring community is far more friendly. It's weird, isn't it? Do you think there's an element that we're all a little bit shy about as so-called, say, talents? So do you think there's a bit of a, not a stigma, but, you know, I sort of have artists up on a pedestal, I'll say proper artists, because they're creating illustrations. But they might be good at drawing lines and rubbish at picking colours, might they? So, but I class myself as, I'm more comfortable colouring because I'm not very good at drawing. So therefore I'm not an artist. But, you know, I'd be interested to know your thoughts on things like that. I think there's colourists creating art on colouring pages, just not me at the moment, but, you know, maybe one day. But yeah, I think there's certain people creating, you know, when they're doing really original things with their colouring. Can we not call them artists as well? Yeah, that's true, Kimberly. That's Jess does do that. People are going to start turning me down now when they're coming to ask to buddy, and I'm saying, first spare slot I've got is in April. So far, they've said, yeah, that's cool. Put me in for April. But I think they're still going to say, oh, it's all right. I'll come back later in the year. But I think my buddies will calm down eventually. It's just because I was putting a lot of content out, and like Jess, I was asking for buddies. So thank God the colouring community responded and have helped me touch loads of me untouched books. Loads of them. And I wouldn't have done it without my buddies. So I absolutely love them. I'm going to move on from the fur, although it does need more work. I'm going to start colouring some things in colour. I might do the holly around the edge actually, because I wanted this Christmas to do some holly for our hollyberry colours. So I'm going to colour some holly for holly now. I'll zoom us in a bit as well. Oh, I don't know how to zoom in. Now I'm here. Oh, there we go. Oops. Yes, I'm going to do some holly for holly. Now, don't you think it's criminal that Hollyberry Colours hasn't done a hashtag holly for holly this Christmas? She's lost the mind. She missed a trick there. Just going to have a little pistachio Lindor. I finished all my shortbread ones. So I've just got a chocolate ball in my mouth, so I might not be talking for the next minute. Steph, when I first got into this community, I was really shy about calling myself a colourist. Are you a colourist just because you colour in colouring books? Or do you have to earn that title by being good at it? Because I want sure, so I was a bit shy about it. But I call myself a colourist now. Yes, Chris. In this purple one's a shortbread, Linda. It's last one. So Caroline, the arty crafty tart, is always up for a buddy. If anybody's looking for one, get in touch with Caroline there, the arty crafty tart. She's good as well. Hello, colourful mother of three. We've got a buddy in, haven't we, as well? We're just talking about buddying. Oh, Adriana. Adriana's in, Colour by Adri. She's a beautiful lady in South America, and she was one of my first ever colouring buddies. I think she might have been my third buddy back in the summer. And we've certainly done a page in fairy tales or fairy tales and folklore. I think we've done two actually, haven't we? We've done one and I liked my buddy, and then we did another one. It was the apple heart with the two arrows through it, I think, didn't we? And I didn't enjoy it. Look at the comments telling me, hi Joe, Adriana here. I know who you are. You're one of my colouring buddies. Adriana's recently moved home, so she's been a bit quiet on her Instagram, but she's back colouring now. And I've noticed you're having some fun as well, out and about, celebrating the Christmas season. Jess says she would consider anyone who colours a colourist, but she wouldn't consider myself an artist. I wouldn't. But I think there is artists that are just colouring. I think they're creating art, not just by colouring in. They're doing a few different things as well. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to label anybody, is there? But yeah, I think there's definitely some colourists who are artists. I'm just not there yet. And of course, we've got Amanda, All J Art, who is an artist. Let me just catch up on a few comments here. How many people are in? I'm actually watching this just on YouTube on my laptop, but I can't see. It doesn't tell me, does it? Or does it? So Adriana says she likes to buddy if anybody wants to buddy, and she is a fun buddy, a really lovely lady. So Colour by Adri. Isn't it lovely how people come together in this community? It is really good. Sierra says, I often refer to colourists as artists. Illustrating and colouring are such different skills. Since I colour more, my art improves so much more. You are an artist, Sierra. Your Earth Songbook is one of my favourites in terms of the illustrations. It's you're one of my favourite illustrators. I just wish I could. I need to sit down and make time to colour in that book. And the shame is, not a lot of people that I buddy with have it. So I need to get some people to get Earth Song so I can buddy with them on it, because I'd love a buddy to do a couple of pages in that. I feel like I'll embarrass her if I get a book out now, but check out Sierra Truong's colouring books. There's a few of them, but I've recently found Earth Song, and it's one of my favourite illustration styles. It's so chill. Really, really you know, serene and beautiful illustrations. I love it. We have 2 buddies in, don't we? Colourful mother of 3. That's Maria, isn't it? If I've remembered your name. Yeah. People keep scaring me by starting the buddies early, and I'm like, is it in December? I thought it was January. A few people have started early as well. Good morning, cat lady. Hello from Australia. Hello from England to Australia. Maybe we are, Jess. That's an interesting way of looking at it. Right. Anyway, I was colouring some holly, wasn't I? I forgot what I was doing, you see. Gas bagging. So let's start with some leaves. I'm not having a light source in this picture. I'm just colouring how I want. I'm not thinking too much about my shading. Is anybody else doing the Kanoko Egusa full book collaboration with Wendy at Jazzy Doodle Designs? I got a page in that, one of my 3 choices, so I was happy about that. I think Jess is doing it. Has anybody else got a page? Do we know if she's filled it yet? Has she got everybody? Has she got everybody's? Has she got a page for everybody? Do we know? I've got a lovely thatched cottage with some ducks and a little puppy dog, I think, in it. It's in Symphony of Cute Animals. I should have mentioned that, shouldn't I? Steph's doing a peacock. I'm going to show you, Adriana. I hope this isn't too embarrassing for Sierra, but it's right here and it's gorgeous. So it's that size. Let me make sure it's in frame because I'm in. We get a cool introduction. There's a flip through on my channel actually, so just check it out, Adriana, after but it's interesting. It's all based around oracle cards, and you can cut the cards out and all sorts. The paper's nice for this, you know, for this. It's an Amazon printed book, I think. Sierra will correct me, but look at the illustration style. Stunning. My lighting's going in and out. Hang on. Turn your light on, Joe. So yeah, check out the flip through on my channel. But it's beautiful. That's gorgeous. Yeah. So I definitely want to make some time to get colouring in this. That's a gorgeous. Look at that. Just gorgeous. I love it. Just makes me smile every time I have a little flick through. I need to get something coloured in it. So if anybody else has got Earth Song, wants to buddy up. Too many books, that's my problem. Oh, you are a sweetheart, Adriana. I try and be a kind person, but then I'll tell you something you might not know about me. Once somebody's done me wrong, I find it very easy to cut them out of my life, and that's it. So yeah, I'm a very understanding person, but there's some things in life you can't forgive, isn't there? And if anybody does that to me, betrayal and disloyalty or anything like that, it'll never happen in colouring community, obviously, but I just mean in life in general. So I do try and be a kind person, but yeah, I do find it very easy just to, if somebody's crossed that very solid line, yeah, I don't look back. That's it. You're dead to me. What am I like? But I think it's only happened maybe once or twice in my life. Life is very short. We're not here for long. And you need to be happy. So anything that's not serving you in life, in terms of your happiness, you need to address it. That's my thoughts on it anyway. If it brings you pain or misery, get rid of it. On a lighter note. Yeah, Sierra is amazing. I've just put Sacred Presence on my little list on Amazon. So, and then I'm definitely not in need of any more books. Ooh, can I tell you about a book that I've just found and bought? Bought it for £10 on eBay. And I'd love to know if any of you guys have got it, because I will go as far as to say I think it's one of the world's best colouring books. That's a big statement, isn't it? And it's called The Mysterious Library. And it's an old book. And I found a copy. Not the Korean version, I found the English version. For £10 2 nights ago on eBay. So I've bought it. And I can't wait to get my hands on it, because that, above any other book that I've ever seen flip-throughs of, excites me the most. I can't wait to get my hands on it. So does anybody else have the Mysterious Library? I go on maybe every 2 or 3 nights. I go on eBay at bedtime, Jess, and I have a look on Vinted and eBay, and I just click on, your previous searches. I just click on the same searches that I do each time. Although the list has got smaller now, I've got a few stuff that I've been looking for. But yeah, Mysterious Library. It's just filled with stunning pages and lots of doubles. I'm a sucker for a double page, me. Hi, Amy. Hello. Hi, Artsy. Let me just have a little look and see if I've missed anybody. You do the same? Do you mean like cut people out of your life if they cross you? Well, do you know what my mother used to say to me? She used to say, put them in knife drawer, like a bit of Yorkshire voodoo. So she'd write the name on a little bit of paper and put them in knife drawer. And I think that's a way of that to my mum. That was a way of, and now me, because I've done it all my life since she told me. Put them in knife drawer, and it's just like a little bit of voodoo. It just makes you feel a bit better. But if you're not too sure, or if you're thinking about forgiving them, put them in freezer for a bit. Name on a little bit of paper. Put them in freezer. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Vera, which book are you wanting to flip through of? Is it the Vintage My Room that Maria's talking about? If anybody's talking about Earth Song by Sierra Truong and Sacred Presence, which is another beautiful book, and she's got a couple more, there's definitely a flip through on my channel of Earth Song, and you can hear me gushing about it. Yeah, and I've worked it out as well. I've got 120 books now, and working out, when I was looking at how many I'm doing, 10 a month, that's 120 a year, isn't it? Is it? No, 10 a month. Yeah, that's 120 a year. So, no, that can't be right, can it? I've got 120 books. That's 3. If I'm doing 10 a month. Why has my brain just turned to mushy peas? I know, Amanda. A month ago, I want to keep my books under 50. So I've got 120 books. So that means if I'm doing 10 a month, I'm going to do 120 pages in a year, aren't I? Is that right? Jess, you got it, Joe. 10 times 12 is 120. This is because I'm not in work, you see. My brain ain't getting taxed anymore. So, yeah. So that means I'll do 120 pages a year. Which means I can only do 1 page in a book every year. That's right, isn't it? Oh, sweet baby Jesus. That's worse than I thought. Well, that can't happen because some of my books I love. Some of my books I need to colour in every month. I just want to apologise, guys, if anybody is actually interested in what I'm colouring. I ain't got much done, have I? But I'm sure you're not. You're just listening along, aren't you, while you're doing your own thing. I'm actually focusing just on Kimberlyn, just on my untouched books at the moment. So when buddies are getting in touch with me and asking if I fancy a buddy, I'm not being strict about it, but I'm sort of saying, do you possibly fancy any on this list of the books that I'm targeting? And everybody's been so wonderful. They've picked from that list of untouched books. So like 95% of the buddies that I've got booked in are all in untouched books. So I'm delighted about that. I don't know why that goal's important to me, because I know it's not important. If my books are empty on the shelf, I know it doesn't matter. But it felt important to me when I made the goal. But then when I were really struggling in November, and I just thought, and I were buying more books, and I had this dirty secret that I'd not told anybody about. All these books hidden under my desk. I just thought the weight of the truth bared heavy on my shoulders. And as soon as I confessed, I felt a lot better. Not that I have to confess anything to anybody, but Yeah, Jess, that's right. I've actually never seen any comments like that, but I can imagine that that's the only negative anybody ever has to say is about the overconsumption thing when it comes to amount of colouring books we've got. But it really is nobody else's business, is it? I have an issue with overconsumption actually, but I have an issue, I would say, and I won't say I've got an issue about it. It's up to every individual how they live their life. But for me, a couple of years ago, I used to be really big on, I'd buy, all the seasonal tap for my house. So Halloween would come in, I'd buy loads of new Halloween stuff, cheap and nasty stuff that'll last a season. Next year I buy all new, and it's like, what were the point? We're just sending it to landfill. And a couple of years ago I stopped that, and I'm glad I've stopped that. So I don't buy temporary tat anymore, and that's how I'm helping that subject of landfill and all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to have to blow my nose again. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll just mute. I'll have to mute it. I ain't got a fancy screen to tell you I'm blowing my nose. I'm just going to mute. Yeah, so the way I guess help the environment or whatever. Plus it's a waste of money, isn't it? Some stuff that they have out there now, and it don't last 2 minutes. But each to their own. But yeah, I think when it comes to colouring books, I don't think they're anything to be, I get so much pleasure out of looking inside them, I don't really think that overconsumption thing applies. But I guess I would say that. Good night, Caroline. Have a nice sleep. One day I'm going to ask you why you called the arty crafty tart. But we'll save that conversation for next live. How do you deal with negative comments like that then, Jess? I know you only get them rarely, but I've touched wood, I've been very lucky, apart from the controversial colour cube video. But I was fully prepared for that when I put that video out, that I would get some negative comments. But I have to say, I got far less than I thought. I think I would say maybe 3%'s a bit much, actually. There's hundreds and hundreds of comments on that video, hundreds and hundreds. And I think I can remember 3 or 4 that felt strongly in disagreement with me, if you like. But yeah, so I've not experienced a lot of negativity, touch wood. I'm sure there'll be a time. But how do you handle that, Jess? When you get negative people, or just people who want to... See, I always think you don't have to... You can have an opinion. You don't have to share everything that's on your mind, do you? Unless it serves a purpose, what's the point? You know, when you leave a negative comment, what are you doing that for? Who is it helping? Has it helped anybody? You've just served to make the creator feel bad about themselves or whatever. You've got nothing out of it. So what was the point of it? Jog on. Good night, Maria. I'm a bit late. I'll get better at this following comments, I'm sure. But as yet, I am no Jess. Adriana, Colour by Adri, is completing Fairy Tales and Folklore. So if ever you want to see a lot of pages coloured in that book, which is a firm favourite with most people, Adri's got loads of pages coloured in it. It looks gorgeous as well. Yeah, that's true, Jess. It's not anybody can have any opinion they want, can't they? But it's just sometimes about how you put it across. I had a bit of a back and forth with a lady on that colour cube video this past week, actually, a couple of days ago. And anytime there's been a comment that disagreed with me, I think I'm quite good at replying. And I always appreciate their thoughts as well. Their thoughts are welcome. But do you know what I've noticed with some people is I can have a different opinion to you, but I'm not going to try and push my opinion on you or change your opinion. I think it's healthy that we say, oh, this is what I think. What do you think? Well, this is what I think. And then we just agree to disagree. But there's some people in this world who have to get you to change your mind. And I actually said to this lady, I don't understand. You need to convince me of your, to think like you. You've said what your piece is. You've said your piece and I've shared my thoughts and that's it. You don't have to. It's okay that we think differently. That there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay. But she was like, but this and this, and I'm just, you don't need to convince me to think like you. It's not going to happen for starters. And I welcome your opinion, and I've listened and I understand it, but I just don't agree. That's okay. But yeah, I've noticed some people, not only do they disagree, but they have to try and make you change your mind on it. It's like they're on a mission. It's quite fanatical, really. Just laughing at Vera's comment. Vera says, I had one negative comment, which was so weird. I did my marathon thing of colouring for 12 hours. An artist commented that they regularly do days of 14 to 16 hours of work and that this wasn't much. Okay. And you know what? I can understand people that might cross people's mind, but why do they feel the need to comment? You are a wonderful colorist as well, Sierra. I would love to see you do a Kirby Razan's page, though. I know you say you just like looking at the line art, but I would love to see that. Yeah, that's right, Jess. Life's too short. Oh, I've just seen something about Dreamweaver there. That's a book I'm interested in. Hi, Colouring View. Hello. Now, what's your name? You are so supportive of other creators. And that's another thing about colouring community. All the creators support all the other creators and they give legs up to new creators as well. And I love that. And I'm just looking at Colouring View in comments now. Super supportive, always sharing videos from other creators. I love it. So supportive. So I've been checking out your videos. Yeah, IE's AI is quite a controversial subject as well, isn't it? Is anybody getting more colouring done than me? Because I'm still quite slow here. Still quite slow. And I'm filming on my phone, which is my only source of timekeeping. So I have no idea what time it is. Oh no, I've got my laptop, 9:20. I'm all right for a bit yet. And guys, don't ever feel like you've got to stick around, you know. If it's not right exciting, I don't mind. I'm tempted to ask people about Christmas, but that's because I don't go out into the world much. So I don't speak to a lot of people day to day. But I guess you guys that go out to work and things like that, or take your kids to school, it's that time of year when everybody says, isn't it? Are you all ready for Christmas? I bet you get sick of answering, don't you? I need a goose. I need a goose. So me and my husband enjoy a goose on Christmas Day because it's just delicious and perfect for two. So we always get a goose, but we always struggle because we always go to Scotland. So we always struggle to find one while we're up there. But then it's too far to drive with a goose defrosting in your boot a week before Christmas Day. So where can I get a decent goose getting towards deep into the Highlands? I'll take a Gressingham frozen goose if I have to. Doesn't have to be fresh. The turkey's a bit bland. We eat roast chicken a lot, so I don't want a chicken. But I do like a bird as opposed to a ham or something like that. Are you missing having some music in background, guys? Should I have some of that relaxed cafe jazz played in the background next time, do you think? Do you appreciate a bit of the old cafe jazz? I can tell I've come off 2 pages of Prismacolors because I'm not being very gentle with these polychromos at all, very light-handed. I'm just really heavy-handed in general, me. Local butchers, you think, Andrew? I could actually find out where the local butchers is, couldn't I, and give them a call. I don't know whether I'd pay up front, mind. You know, if they didn't really trust me as a visiting customer to make sure I picked it up. I like the polys on this paper. I'm just not using them very well, Jess. I am definitely enjoying them. I just need to just be a bit lighter. When I use them lightly, beautiful. So does Amanda just not like polys, or does she just not like polys in this book? See you later, Annika. Bye. I'm sorry if you've mentioned this already, Anna, but where are you? Did you say you were in the Balkans? Balkans? Have I said that right? Is it Baltic in the Balkans? Jess had to remind me that that Netherlands is not Scandinavia a few weeks ago. Which I'm sure I knew. But I have a terrible habit of bunching all the Dutch in with the Scandi lovelies. I thought that's where Axik were from. I thought Axik might be Swedish. I don't know why I thought that. But hasn't she got a lovely accent with that Irish twang? Latvia. Yeah, they're lovely. Yeah, I did. I said Yolanda and Vera was Scandinavian. Dear, oh dear. Which isn't good because, you know, I've got a fascination with maps and globes and things like that. Love maps and globes. All kinds of maps. I like an ordnance survey map. I like an A to Z. I just love maps. So I should know better. Oh, that's so. Is Tomislav Tomic from the Netherlands? Is that what you're telling me? Is Tomislav Tomic Dutch? Well, I would have thought. I don't know why, but I would have thought he was. Is it a he? I would have thought they were more Eastern European with a name like Tomislav. I don't know why. I also picked up those two beautiful Tomislav Tomic books recently. I got both for 45 quid on eBay week before last. So I was delighted as well. I've had a right good flick through of it, and I've already got a buddy in one of them. I think it's with Dana, actually. The big rooster. double page, so I'm excited to get to that one as well. Do you know there's a lot of people as well that books I admire, and I don't even know if the male or female. Not that that matters. Yeah, sometimes when I just get to discussing an illustrator like that, I sometimes think, are they a man or a woman? I assume it's a man. Does anybody have the Pictura book? This one, because I would love to do maybe a thingy a month. It's not a page, is it? Because it folds up. It's a big long. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like Monster Party, like Coloring with Kay's Monster Party. This Stroll in London, Thomas Flintom's. I love his illustration style, and I love this. I won't get it out now, but if anybody's got that on the fancy, maybe doing like a page a month, I don't mind that in 2026. Oh, hi, Care Bear. I know we talk now and again on YouTube, don't we? Welcome, welcome. I'm a bit slow at colouring. If you've just come in, I haven't really done much. I definitely think I'm more of a chatter than a colourer or colourist. Night, night, Kaz. If anybody can hear me, keep that ting. It's my glasses. Keep touching my lamp. Keep headbutting my lamp. Croatian. So Tomislav Tomic is Croatian. That doesn't surprise me because it sounds like a Croatian name, doesn't it? Hi, Kathy. Which book do you have? Which Pictura book do you have, Kathy? Keep trying to get Kathy to do a buddy with me, but she's resisting. She's very strongly resisting. Yes, I've got my Christmas PJs on as well, Amanda. Well, several December PJs. This is In It a Great Film, Elf. It's just so good. I love Will Ferrell. I love daft humour. It's very mature, and I love it. What's your favourite Christmas film? I'm sure you've probably had this conversation to death at work, at your workplaces and whatnot with your friends. But yeah, what's your favourite Christmas film? Mine would probably be Elf, actually. Oh, no, I love Scrooged with Bill Murray as well. That's good. Yeah, I'd say Scrooged is my favourite. Not Scrooge, Scrooged. I think it's time for another chocolate ball. Maybe this is why I don't get a lot of colouring done. Oh, yeah, they're two good films, though, Jess. The Holiday and Love Actually. Vicky, are you talking to me? What do you have now? I don't know if you're talking. I'm hoping you're talking to me. Tell me what you're talking about, and are you fancying buddying on something that we've both got? Well, hey, Muppets Christmas Carol. Yeah, Santa Claus with Tim Allen. You can't go wrong with that one. Yeah, send us a picture, Kathy, if you've done this page. I always love to see your work. I feel like as well as friendships that I've made these last few months since I started YouTube. I always enjoyed letter writing when I was younger, so I liked having a pen pal. And I've got Kathy's one of my pen pals. I say that, but we email each other. And it's lovely to have somebody that I can write back to and that I get what I can still consider letters from. I love that. Love a letter. My handwriting is rubbish though these days. Yes, you have the stroll through London. Ah, fabulous. So, shall we talk about maybe doing a few pages next year? I won't mind it as a bit of a project because I think it'd look, like colouring with Kay did with her Monster Party one. I'd like to maybe do a page in that every month, or we could, whatever you think. Drop me a line on Instagram, and we shall sort that out. Thomas Flintham, yeah, I looked straight away after I did that impromptu flip through on that video, Vicky. I had a little look to see if he did any more colouring books, and I think I've put one in my basket because I found a few that he does. Actually, I think he's mainly an artist or an illustrator, but he has got other colouring books out there. I'd never heard of him, so bonus. Oh, Amanda, you sound like such a Christmas cynic. She doesn't have a favourite film, but she watches an awful lot with the same plot line. A corporate girl inherits an inn in the woods and falls in love with the town hottie, and they live happily ever after. That sounds about right. Yes, you need to force. I didn't see The Holiday until maybe 3 years ago. The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Jude Law into it. So yes, you must force Zoe to watch it. I did enjoy it. Dawn, I've been trying to force my nail lady to watch it. But she loves you. Yeah, I don't remember films as well as I used to do now. Do you know something really sad that I heard somebody say on something recently? Do you know now that when they're developing new films, directors and movie production companies and whatnot, a memo has now been sent out, apparently, to remind them to make a double screen movie. And by that they mean, you might know this, but I don't watch a lot of normal telly and stuff, so it was a surprise to me. But yeah, apparently filmmakers now have to consider that nobody's actually going to watch the film without having the phone on at the same time. So they've had to dumb down scripts now. So they have to purposefully dumb down film scripts to allow for people who are only half watching it. So they're scrolling on the phone and watching a film. And I must admit, that's not something I ever do. If me and husbands decide to put a film on, or should we watch a film, we don't. We might pick his phone up to find out what's that person been in, but we don't scroll and watch. We just watch or we don't watch, we'll just scroll. Not against scrolling, but we don't tend to do both at the same time. And I just thought, wow, that's a crying shame. They've got to kind of script right now for people who are only half watching films. Don't know where that came from, but I thought I'd share it with you. Yeah, Polar Express is a must watch, isn't it? You've got kids especially. Oh, yes, please do, Vicky. Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to get that going next year. Stroll through London. Yeah. So if you notice people in series, as it's not just films as well, like series, as if they're saying really obvious stuff, it's like stating obvious. That's why the scripts have to be written like that. Now, talking of stuff that's good to watch, I've just finished, well, a few days ago, I finished watching The Beast in Me on Netflix. I thought that were blooming brilliant. I thought it were fantastic. And I want a fan of Claire Danes. I must admit, I was a bit like, I don't know why I felt that way, but I watched it and thought it were fantastic. And my husband started watching, got right into Tulsa King. That's also fantastic with Sylvester Stallone. I didn't mean to watch it, but I found myself watching it now, and when he's not here, because I won't watch it without him, I'm missing it. Like, I want him to come on so I can watch Tulsa King. Well, I just generally listen because I'm usually colouring, but yeah, The Beast in Me on Netflix with Claire Danes. Fantastic, I thought it was. Dawn, do you know something? A lot of my favourite films and favourite actors come from my mum sitting me down and saying, "Come on, let's watch this film." When I was a kid, and she was a massive lover of Clint Eastwood, and I love Clint Eastwood films now. So I think it does rub off on you. Bit of education from your parents on what films to watch when you're younger. It does. I've got a massive love of Clint Eastwood, and I've got a massive love of Columbo. I love watching Columbos, and that's something I used to watch with my mum. So yeah, that's true. And films I watched with my dad. Some great, sort of Steve McQueen things and whatnot. When we have we've just started doing it with Evelyn now, but more so with my nephew. When we had him a lot at weekends when he was younger, we introduced him to all our childhood favourites. So we watched things like Goonies with him and Flight of the Navigator and things like that. Because I was born in mid-70s, so those were the films that I was watching as a young kid. Yes, Jess, I love musicals. My mum loved musicals as well, and I love old films, like really old. Like I'm talking 40s, black and white films. I'll watch them repeatedly. I love Bette Davis. Sunset Boulevard, what a film. But yeah, I love a lot of musicals as well, old musicals, Chick Chick Bang Bang, like you say. Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life has got to be done for me on Christmas Eve. In fact, I, I grew up in Leeds, and there's quite a famous in Leeds old theatre that's still lit by oil lamps and whatnot, called the Hyde Park Picture House. So it's still as it was hundreds of years ago. It's a bit of a city icon, if you like. But they show old movies. So sometimes they'll have It's a Wonderful Life playing in that old cinema, with all the old oil lamps, and it's a beautiful experience to go see that at Christmas. The old picture house, how it used to be. Yes, another Columbo fan. I love it. I could watch Columbos just over and over again. And I used to, if you remember HMV, you know, the old when we all had box sets, video box sets, I had all Columbos on box sets. Can you believe it? So yeah, I'm a big fan of Peter Falk. Grease, yeah, I grew up on Grease. I could do the whole. Do you ever watch Grease and you could do the whole script the whole way through? I could. Angie, I've never heard of that. The wind that shakes the barley, or the wind that shakes the barley. I'll Google that. Yep. What's your favourite Columbo episode? Colouring View. What's your name? Colouring Views. I'm sorry if you've already told me. Yeah, musicals and mums it's a brilliant combination, isn't it? I can remember taking mum to see Mamma Mia when it first came out at the theatre, and she just thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. She was dancing in aisles, bless her. Oh yeah, Friends box set. I used to have Friends box set. Do you know what I loved as well? Ally McBeal. I sometimes think I won't mind a little bit of an Ally McBeal binge again. But obviously I don't have box sets anymore because you don't have out to play them on. But I used to have Ally McBeal box sets. You don't see that get repeated either, do you? You know, like a lot of things you can watch from years ago. You can find somewhere, but you don't ever see Ally McBeal on anything. I don't know why that is. Yeah, Friends is a bit like Grease for me. I could, me and my brother could do the Friends script through every episode, I think. Hello, Tara. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, yeah, Jess. I used to sing There Are Worse Things I Could Do. Not realising it was about, teenage pregnancy and all that sort of stuff. I shouldn't sing on YouTube. I'm not going to be in tune, so YouTube won't tell me off. They won't know what I'm singing, thankfully. Yes, well, Jess is an old soul, Adriana. She is a little younger she's a lot younger than me and a little younger than you, I think. But yes, she is she always says this. She's gonna have to remind me. I think Jess is a millennial, but she considers herself something else. Oh, the other way around. I can't remember what it is. You are a baby of the colouring community. I think there must be a lot of ladies and gents, but mainly ladies in my generation. So I am 49 now. Although I don't feel. So no, I do feel 49. I sometimes feel 69. But I don't feel like I don't dress like I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I feel 49, sometimes I feel 69, sometimes I feel 29. Everly, thank you for asking after Everly, Kathy. She is, and it's just to let you know, it's Ever. Not that it matters, but it's Everly. And I wish that so you say it like Everly Brothers, Everly, but her mum chose to spell it with two E's at the end. So it's Evalee, after my husband's best friend who sadly died a few years ago. He was called Lee. So she called it Everly. But once she wrote it as Everly, but pronounces it Everly. So she is doing well. We saw her a few days ago. We went to see grandkids before we go away for Christmas, and they got some presents early from us. We had the Santa story sort of rehearsed, so it all worked out fine. And she was delighted with them. And she got to have a little go in a colouring book that one of my lovely subscribers bought for her for Christmas. So she got gifted by one of my subscribers Morgan O'Brien's Matchstick Mouse Christmas book. So she was well chuffed because she loves colouring, does Everly. And we got a Nintendo Switch. Well, we didn't get her a Switch. Greg had got himself a Switch and only played on it about 2 times in last year. So we gave her a granddad's Switch. But she don't know it's not new. She thinks it's new. And she's got a little sister. So my other granddaughter is called Eden. And she's just a little over 1 years old. So it's lovely now. She's running around and trying to talk and stuff. She's getting a character. And we need to find time to go see my grandson, Billy, who's 2 and a bit. That's true, Kimberlyn. It's crazy that some people never knew a life without internet. I say this a lot, so I don't want to bore you, but I really do wish we could go back in time. I really do. Somebody said something that kind of rang home to me the other day about 2025 as well. You know, with all the things that you see on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok that's not real, you know, the AI videos, and you really can't tell. Sometimes you can tell, can't you? But sometimes it's so difficult to tell. And somebody said 2025 is the last year that you can believe your eyes when it comes to what you see digitally. And that's so true. So moving forward, we will never, ever, ever be able to trust his eyes when we're watching anything on TV or our phones. That's a shame. I remember dial-up phones. Yeah, of course. No, this is it. I quite agree, Kimberlyn. Like the things that come along with the internet and AI, fantastic, aren't they? In some ways, but terrible in other ways. No, I'm not, Amanda. We were on about the website a little earlier. I'm not, but that's only because I'm booked up till April now, so I'm not currently looking for anybody's. If people come to me and want to buddy, I'll book them in if they want to wait till April. Definitely, but I'm not actively asking for buddies at the moment because I've got so many booked in. Not so many, I ain't got loads booked in, but I'm capping now at 10 a month. So 10 pages a month is all I want to do. So I'm already booked up in January. December I've got 17 in. because I'd already committed on a lot of them before I readjusted my choices in life. I've got 11 in January, 10 in February, booked in, pages chosen, and then I've got 13 pages in March for my Anna Carlson month, and I've got 4 buddies, I think, booked in April already. But I think it's a fantastic website, definitely. If anybody's looking for buddies, just again, if you weren't on earlier when I mentioned it, check out, I think the Instagram is just colouring things. There'll probably be a link to it there. If you're looking for buddy colours, somebody's created a new website where you can find people who have the same books as you. Kathy says, I'm struggling either way. The paper Irita, Berman's Europa. I assume the American version. Anybody know what pencils to use on it? The American version of Rita Berman's Europa. Struggling a little bit. What pencils in the American version to use? Does anybody know for Kathy? That's funny, Kimberlyn. I remember walking through my university's library in the spring of my senior year, right before graduation. There was a computer with Netscape Navigator at a kiosk. And I thought, this is interesting, but I don't know what I would use it for. It's funny, that. That is funny. Yeah. Yes, the not being able to contact people, I think, is a nice thing. Because I'm terrible. Well, I were worse before we lost my mum and dad, but I would always want to have my phone on in case there was any emergency overnight. But now I'm fine. I'm back to, I put my phone on silent. It's fine. But yeah, we feel like we can't be without his phone, don't we? Now, whereas years ago, you have to walk to a phone box. Before everybody had landlines. Certainly my parents' generation, they didn't have landlines. They walked to the phone box to make calls. Holy cow, you are going to be busy, says Kathy. Yeah. And I keep dropping hints about this, but when I launch something I've been working on at the start of January, you're gonna not believe how busy I've been, as well as colouring. I'm so excited about it. Can't wait to tell you all about it. That's true. If you are out about now, there is no payphones. And if there are payphones, they smell like urine inside. If you're in America, I don't know whether you have... Oh, no, you have phone booths, don't you, in America? Yeah, all our phone boxes were in booths, so you could close a door in your conversation. Night, Vicky. Talk to you on Instagram then about that Thomas Flinton's book that we're going to buddy on. That'd be great. Sleep well. Angie, it's going to be brilliant. I've been working on a very special way of giving back to this colouring community. And thanks to a lot of help from a lot of wonderful, wonderful people and creators, I've been able to organise something awesome for us all to get excited about. So watch this space is what I would say. Well, I'm excited about it. Best not oversell it in case it's a letdown. Oh, I love me some stickles, Angie. I didn't know what stickles were until I started colouring. Aren't they fantastic? I love stickles. Oh, Kimberlyn as well. I feel like I owe you an apology, by the way. I don't know whether you remember when you were on Jess's live last week. I thought earlier this week, was it last week? And you were asking about something white that has glitter in it. I think both me and Kath suggested Folk Art Extreme Glitter. I were using one in the colour hologram that I thought was white, but it isn't. It dries clear. So I just need to put you right on that. So yeah, sorry if you saw that comment and then went and bought it. I would be mortified. But yeah, it's not actually white. I used it on white paper and thought it was white acrylic paint with glitter in it, and it isn't. It's clear. Oh, good. I'm glad you didn't purchase it. Did you find anything anyway, Kimberlyn? Kimberlyn was after a paint pen of some description that was actually white in colour but had glitter in it. No problem, Tara. See you later. Don't work too hard. It is coming up for 10 o'clock, guys. If it's your bedtime, I'm going to stick around for a bit longer. I want to get this holly done. I've hardly coloured out. Can you imagine if this were on blooming colouring Bumblebee? Well, there's a reason Jessie's the pro at that, and I'm best just chatting. I think the key is for these is you need to do maybe some marker work or alcohol marker work on lives. I'm a bit quicker with markers. Yep, that's probably a good idea, Jess, that she does that. No problem, Dana. Thank you for stopping by. Stickles, Kathy. We're talking about stickles. I'm just going to lean across the camera. Everything's going to go blurred. Oh, do you know what I was doing then? I was showing laptop. Because you're all on my laptop over there. I was showing stickles to laptop. Dear oh dear. So these are stickles, Kathy, if that's what you were asking. And I think they're just like a bit glitter glue. You'll have used them, I'm sure. I like them. So I've got some gold and silver ones. And I just go like that. Get some little shimmer going. I used some of that Folk Art Extreme Glitter on a page this week, which I'm loving. I'll show you that as well. I know people don't show the pages, do they, ahead of time, but so I've used it all over every single one of these trees and all over snow. I don't know whether you'll get a good, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it shining just because it's not great light, but no. Isn't it rubbish? It's so sparkly and beautiful. You're just going to have to trust me on it. but it looks nothing like it on the screen. But yeah, I do recommend it. Folk Art Extreme Glitter. So yeah, use that on one of my buddies this month. Jess says, warning, stickles can cause one to become distracted by the beautiful glittery shine when flipping through pages. Yeah, I'm a fan. Anything that sparkles. I'm not into sparkle, but I clearly am. Thank you, ladies. I'm hoping my buddy's going to be pleased because I know she was excited about doing that page. I haven't seen hers yet. But hers will be good because she's really good colourist. When in doubt, stickle it out, Yana says. Yep, I agree with that. When in doubt, glitter it out. Or, if things are really bad, when in doubt, black it out. I do that with backgrounds. What set are you waiting to arrive, Cat 72 set? Is that the drawing pencils? Yeah. It's a lovely thing being in my first year in colouring community and getting to colouring all these seasons for the first time. So obviously it's a heavy snow season, isn't it, at the moment? We're colouring a lot of snow. That's a pleasure. I weren't around for Mermaid last year, so I'm looking forward to Mermaid. You know, things like that. I'm looking forward to February. Do people do a lot of love hearts and things like that? You may or may have not seen, but myself and Hollyberry Colours are launching a cool hashtag for next year to run right through the year. And we've actually put quite a bit of work into it, and we're going to put quite a bit of work into it every single month because it's going to be a cool hashtag, but it'll change every month. So even if it doesn't suit you in January, it might suit you in February. So we're both pretty excited about it. So that's going to launch it next week or so. Myself and Hollyberry Colours have teamed up on that. She's the only person that can deal with me on a daily basis, I think. She's been a good pal, bless her. Yes. Oh, it's I think it's a goodie anyway. I'm looking forward to it. But we're going to make sure that we're going to do some videos every single month to kind of inspire you in that particular theme, you know, sort of maybe some page or book suggestions or just discussing the theme, really. But yeah, I know the suspense. Oh, she's there, is Ollie, look. Jo did all the work. Well, that's not entirely true. I kind of just steamrolled Holly. Holly's, I would say we've got a similar personality, but Holly's super laid back and chill, whereas I'm like, ooh, I've just thought of this idea. I must put it in place by tomorrow, 8 a.m. That's why I went through that stage where I was putting loads of videos out, because it's as soon as something enters my head, I don't have planning, don't get wrote down for future. It just gets filmed and goes up. So Holly has taught me how to be patient. How are you all loving Holly's YouTube channel? Fantastic new addition to my subscription list. And a Sunday Scary series for anybody who's into gore and horror and scary stuff. She's a real freak. Yes. Title page is out for me, but if you're, most people do actually want to colour the full books, don't they? And you know what the good thing about title pages is, as I'm sure Jess has said, they're a nice, easy win out there. So if you just want to feel like you've accomplished a page, the title page is a good page to pick into it. I definitely want to do title pages in the books I want to complete, but so far I've only got 2 books on my list that I want to complete, and that is Spirit Animals or Soulmates, and the other one is Occult and Folklore by Duchess of Law. That's a book I want to complete as well. Holly, I'm colouring Holly for Holly. I've already stressed that we should be having a hashtag this December, hashtag Holly for Holly. So this Holly that I'm colouring rather badly is for you. So yeah, happy Holly Christmas. Hashtag Holly for Holly, people. Hello, Jackie. Welcome. Jackie were on live last night. Did you see? That were good. I went in Jackie's live and just saw RJ Hampson casually chatting to her in a live, and I thought, yep, she's got it going on as Jackie. She has got it going on. Jackie's asking how everyone is. Well, I've been on for 2 hours, so I'm assuming people are getting sleepy now, Jackie. Nanite, Adriana. Yeah, you guys, if you need to go to bed, don't feel funny about saying I'm off to bed, Joe. Or you don't even have to say bye-bye. Just bugger off. It's fine. I don't mind at all. I won't be here much longer. And nobody has to stay with me till the end. Were you really though, Jackie? I saw Russell popping on your live and I thought, I bet that Jackie has him coming round for tea and all sorts. Does he live in your area of Australia by any chance? No, night, Kimberlyn. Thank you for stopping in. Well, you've been in a while. Thank you for that. I just want to get my Ring of Holly done. I thought I'd have finished. You know, I thought I was going to finish this picture on tonight's live. I am so slow. Did you see what Jackie were doing in her live last night? Your backgrounds are just giving me life at the moment, Jackie. Well, they always have done, but particularly at the moment, your backgrounds. Well, your whole pages, obviously, but your backgrounds. Ooh-wee. Gorgeous. Hey, can I show you something I've been working on today, people? I've been doing some collage. Try and keep an open mind when I show you this. First of all, I do realise that I've made a mistake doing a daytime sky in Night Voyage. Big mistake. So these are pieces of paper. So I've been doing some collage on this page in Night Voyage by Daria Song, and that's a flat piece of paper. And we're going to try and do folded origami. Let me just move these candles. So we're going to try and do folded origami, but it was just too much. My brain, you know, once I fold the paper over, it'll be white on the other side. It just wasn't going to work for me. So this is flat pieces of paper, but I've shaded the folds in. And I'm pretty pleased with them. So this is all one piece of paper that's flat, but I've shaded the folds and I'm quite pleased with how it's come out. Same for this paper crane here. And this seam, you know, this like fold here is all shaded in. So I'm really I'm chuffed with myself because I don't think I've done a bad job of that. And I think I'll do it on the other cranes as well. I was going to try and collage the parcels as well, but actually it would annoy me if the pattern on this side of the parcel doesn't turn, if you know what I mean, to go down that side. And to do that, it just takes too much thought. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with it, though. I would definitely use that technique again. I'm enjoying collage at the moment. I know I'm dead chuffed with it. Thank you, guys. I don't know about the full page. I'm absolutely gutted that I rushed in and I didn't think about the fact that, you know, the story. I didn't think about the story too much, and I did this sky, and it really should have been a night sky. And I was going to try and do something to make it a night sky, but in any case, I'm really happy because, like I say, this is just one piece of paper that's cut out, and I've put the folds in myself with shading, so I'm dead chuffed. That's one of my buddy colours I'm doing with a couple of people. I wanted to do it all folded and it was like a pop-up book, but my imagination's, you know, writing checks that my talent can't cash. Next time, maybe. Yeah, add some stars. I was going to try and just do like a watercolour wash over the top and hope that it all just darkened it. Because I did a night sky in watercolour in that Halloween double page in Symphony of Cute Animals. And that was a night sky and that came out nice. And I thought, could I do a watercolour wash over the top of that? But then it's Neocolour 2 and Prismacolor pencil, that sky. So if they're waxy, Jackie will know. I bet watercolour wouldn't sit on that very well, would it? I bet water wouldn't sit on the top very well. Yeah, that's what I was going for anyway. I was kind of hoping the darker, you know, like the sun's sat a bit low, so it's a bit like it's going to get dark, but it's actually great to be able to ask people's opinion because you get ideas, don't you? I don't do that enough, me. I'm quite embarrassed about, tend to be quite embarrassed about my work when it's only half complete. So I don't often show, it's really, you don't get progress shots off me because, well, generally I start a page and then I finish it, so there's not much in between, but I generally don't do progress shots because I'm often quite embarrassed about how things look halfway through. Something I need to get over. Yeah, that were nice. Thank you, guys. Some good ideas. Yeah, I've noticed that as well. You always kind of embrace your tangents that naturally happen. We all go off on a tangent on your lives, don't we, Jess? And I notice you always embrace that, which is good. Holly, how was your day? Is Holly still around? I wonder how her day at work was. Busy time in a bakery. Christmas. Oh, bless your cat. Do you know something? I always think it's funny how everybody says the same, don't we, that we're his own worst critics. But one thing I've come to learn is that while ever you're looking up to somebody and thinking, oh wow, which I do all the time, I wish I could colour like them, they're also looking up to somebody thinking the same. So it's all relative, isn't it? Do you know something? I'm seeing new people every day on Instagram as well that are super talented, and I don't even follow them. There's so many talented people out there. I bet the people I follow, I haven't even scratched the surface of what talent there is out there. You've just left work and there was still a lot more to do, Holly. One more day, lass, and then you're done, I think, aren't you? One more day and you're done. 20 centimetres of snow tomorrow. Where are you, Steph? My husband's ferry, because his HGV driver, he was supposed to go to Ireland last night and his ferry got cancelled. So he's trying again tonight on 7:30 ferry. We were waiting for when I came on this live, or they were hoping to get on. Oh, Montreal. Oh, he's not near me then. But yeah, we're having a bit of the old wind. Ooh, Jackie, it's all happening. Your doctor actually phones you. Give me neck. I got a new prescription this week. I just got a notification saying your prescription's ready to collect. And I thought, I ain't got any prescription due. So I went on my NHS app and saw that I had a prescription for something I didn't know anything about. No letter, no doctor's appointment, no nothing. So I picked it up anyway, but I didn't take it because I thought I need to ask somebody what this is before I start taking it. I wasn't expecting anything. And then 4 days later, no, I tell a lie, 6 days later, I finally get a letter telling me what it's for. So nothing like getting it backwards. Yeah, not even, I were hoping they might discuss results of my ECG monitor with me, but apparently they don't want to. Just sent me a letter saying my heart rate's too fast to take these tablets. Gee, thanks. I had loads of questions as well I wanted to ask them. I will make an appointment. I hope you're okay anyway, Jackie, whatever that's about. I won't nosy. I hope you're okay. Yeah, watercolour on top of, I was asking you, I've done a page where I wanted to change the sky from day to night, but the medium that I've used to do the daytime sky is Neocolour 2s and Prismacolors, so quite, I guess, waxy. Would water sit okay on the top of Prismacolor pencils or not? Because I thought I could have just done a dark blue watercolour washed to make it into a night sky. Or just darken it a little bit. Well, it's funny you should mention that, Jess, about naming creators that you like, because I've got a bit of a series of 3 or 4 videos planned, and one of the parts of it is about creators, and I kind of feel like I want to do it, but I would have to really stress that, of course, I've not been exposed to all creators yet. And of course, this is just my favourite. I love hundreds of people. It's in my mind, but I'm thinking about it because of that reason, Jess. There's so many that I would love to give. Not that I've got a big platform yet. It'd be different if I had like 5,000 subscribers. I've got a decent. I've got nearly 1,600 now. I'm right chuffed with that. But I'd love to still tell my subscribers about these amazing creators that I don't see a lot of people talking about, but I'd love to give them like a bit of a showcase. So yeah, it's something I've been thinking about. Yes, I did get my letter eventually, Holly. Thank you. It was most enlightening. Not. My doctor just don't like me, I don't think. I cried on him once. I cried on him, and I think he didn't know what to say. And that was a telephone call as well, because I couldn't get a blooming appointment. And you know when you can't see somebody's face as well. I need to sharpen these pencils. So I've learned that on lives I colour slower and less good. Yeah. I mean, it's hard, isn't it? We shouldn't, I always think we shouldn't moan about the NHS because it's good in a lot of ways. I talk about this sometimes with Holly because she's in America, which has its own problems. And I'm in the UK, which has its own problems. And just so you know, in my opinion only, the NHS is free, which is good. But it is crap as well. There is individual people that do a wonderful job, individuals, but the system is broken. It does not work. That's the end of that conversation. Wow, Jackie, $400. See, yeah, all of a sudden I'm a fan at NHS again. Do you think the care's good? Those that don't have an NHS, do you think your healthcare that you pay for is good though? You know, whereas our healthcare might be free, but it's not good. Do you get what I mean? I wouldn't trust anybody not to miss something. I've had a really bad experience with myself and my family with the NHS, so that's why my thoughts are as they are. Some people might have had a really good experience. But would you say when you pay for it that the quality of care is good? Yeah, that's true. Yes, you can critique a service, but still like the basis of it. I'm coming to the end of my Holly now. My hashtag Holly for Holly. Holly, it is sacrilege that you have not got a Hollyberry Holly hashtag for all these Christmas colouring pages. Crikey, Jackie, that does sound interesting. So the one thing cost you loads and the other thing didn't cost you a thing. I was telling, oh yeah, I've just remembered something I already said. I'm not even on camera anymore, not that it does. So I'm going to do these last couple of leaves and then I will sign off. I am so sorry I didn't get more of this picture coloured. Anybody else would have a full picture to show you, but I'm right glad at company tonight with the husband being away again, trying to cross over into Ireland. I wonder if he's made it. They're only letting priority people over, apparently. They've got to get permission off the police, you know, because there's a backlog of people waiting for that ferry now. Why the police, I don't know. So I think I'll try this again next week, but do you know what I'm going to do next week? I think I'll do a little marker page, maybe in Earth Song, you know, that I were showing you earlier. I might do a little marker page in there. I'll probably get that done in a couple of hours, surely, Joe. Yeah, that is good about our prescription services. But it costs you the same no matter what you're getting. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Have I missed any leaves? Yes, one there. So next time I might try a later slot, see if any of my American friends want to join me, because they're just getting home from work at this time, aren't they? So I might try a later slot. Might do a nightclubbing slot, bit of music, a few cocktails next week. So we tried Candlelight and Cosy this week. Might do cocktails and pole dancing live stream next week. Trevor Maiden, so you've decided to go all natural. Is that natural remedies you mean for your any medical problems? Are you trying natural stuff? Has anybody tried that fire cupping before? That looks interesting. I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just reading out comments. Yeah, it's a crazy old thing, healthcare systems in different countries. I think that is it. Every leaf I have gotten. Right, I'm going to leave it there, and I will come back to that later in the month. I've got a whip. The lady with no whips has a whip. That's my first whip. But it's not a whip, it's a wib. We're having this conversation. No such thing as a work in progress that's not getting worked on. That's my thoughts. So this is the work on the back burner. A wob. That's it, a wob. Night night, guys. Thank you so much for keeping me company. I right appreciate it. It was just nice to kind of loosen up a little bit, and I'm sure I will get faster at colouring and a little bit better at following comments. And if you've enjoyed yourself, even just having a little bit of company while you're colouring, I hope you'll maybe join me again sometime. I'm going to do my best to avoid any clashes with any of my favourite streamers, so I won't have a regular slot. I'm just going to grab moments when I can. Hiya, Wilcox. Oh, don't worry, Jackie. Do not worry. It's a pop in and pop out thing when I'm doing a live. You don't have to, come in and out, come in again, come out again. I don't mind. If you stick around for the majority of it, I love that. That's ace. And we will definitely do. Yeah, that's definitely coming up. Maybe around Christmas and New Year, it might be fun. So we'll have a pub quiz live. So I'll be quizmaster, and we'll have some fun glory points, and I'll ask the questions, and the quickest answer in the chat wins that point, and we'll keep track of it. Somebody can keep track of points for me. Hands up if you want to be a point scorer. And we'll do that. So that'll be coming up in the next few weeks. Have a little bit of Christmas fun. Pub quiz on colouring and Christmas maybe. And a bit of pole dancing. Why not? Jackie's offering to do some pole dancing as well, by the sounds of it. Night night, guys. Night night. I'm still here. I'm just watching you all say night night. Thank you, guys, for sticking around. If you've been in all night with me, well, since 8 o'clock, I appreciate it. And I eventually got there with my orientation. It would have been bad if you had to crank your neck all the live stream because I couldn't get it landscape. So yeah, pub quiz next time. Definitely. I say pub quiz. You're not allowed to drink on YouTube, but you know, what they don't know won't hurt them. Yes, hit like. I forget about that, Cat. Thanks. Yeah, if you can hit like on it. I'm going to have to figure out how to leave it. I think it's quite easy to leave it as a video afterwards, isn't it? So, night, Holly. Night, Wilcox. Night, Cat. Night, Jackie. Night, God bless. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And if you've only just got home for work, have a lovely evening with your fam. Enjoy something yummy for dinner and a glass of wine, maybe. Right then, that's me away. Ta-da for now. How do I get off? I do this every time. Oh, I want to be up here. Stop. Where do I stop? Ta-da!